Chapter 5, Ratio and Proportion. Pause the video and have a go at examples 1, 2 and 3. Let's look at simplifying a ratio then. Ratios can be fully simplified just like fractions. To simplify a ratio, divide all the numbers in the ratio by the same number until they cannot be divided anymore. You can do this repeatedly, or if you find the highest common factor, you can divide by that number and it will do it in one step. If we look at 6 to 12, 6 is a common factor. If we divide 6 by 6, we'll get 1, and divide 12 by 6, we get 2. If you like, you can draw in these little arrows to indicate that you've divided through by 6. Part B. Here we've got 1.5, which isn't a whole number. So before we start, we need to actually scale this up to make this a whole number. We shouldn't have decimals in our simplified ratios. So two ways you can get rid of this decimal. If you multiply both sides by 10, that would do it. That would be 60 to 15. Or you could double both sides. That would be 12 to 3. Doesn't really matter. You'll get there in the end. So multiply both sides by 2. And then we can find our common factor, which would be 3. Divide both sides by 3, and you get 4 to 1. Part C, we have a fraction this time. Just like a decimal, we don't want to have that. What we can do here, a couple of options. You can just multiply both sides up, or you can get a common denominator. I'm going to go for the common denominator route first of all. I know that 1/2 is the same as 2/4. So I could write that ratio as 2/4 to 3/4. And then if I multiply both sides by 4, I would get 2 to 3. If you're not sure why that is, I'll just do it at the side to show you. If you have 2/4 and you multiply it by 4, and you have 3/4 multiplied by 4. To multiply by 4, you'd multiply by 4 over 1 because we're multiplying by fractions. And the 4's would cancel out. And you're left with 2 over 1, which is 2. And 3 over 1, which is 3. So if you wanted to write down what I've done there, it is multiplied by 4. Example 2, we have to express the ratio 5 to 7 in the form 1 to n. So 5 to 7 is a simplified ratio, but sometimes it's useful to have something in the form of 1 to n. For every one of something, you need so many of something else. For example, exchange rates would be like that. If you have £1, you want to know how many euro you've got. You don't necessarily want to know what £5 gets you 7 euros. This can be more beneficial. So if you've got 5 and you need to have 1, that means you have to divide by 5. And you must do the same to both sides. So you would get 7 divided by 5. And 7 divided by 5, 7/5 as a mixed number would be 1 and 2/5. Or if you prefer, you could write that as 1 to 1.4 as a decimal. Example 3. Compare. Which is cheaper? Donuts at £3 for 12 or 2 for 60p. Let's try and write that as a ratio. We'll put the price first, or the cost first, and then the number that you get. So for £3, you can get 12. The second scenario, the cost is 60p. Let's put that into pounds because the other one was in pounds. That would be 0.60. And the number you get for 60p, or 0.6 pounds, is 2. Now there are endless approaches you could take to this question. I'm going to show you a few, not necessarily in any particular order of which one's best. The first thing I'm seeing is this one here with the decimal in it, and I prefer not to have the decimal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. And that tells me that 20 donuts would cost £6. Here I've got 12 donuts cost £3, and there's a link there I can see immediately. So I could maybe just get this one and half it, half both sides, divide by 2. So I know that £3 would get me 10 donuts. So in the second scenario, £3 gets me 10 donuts, but in the first scenario, £3 gets me 12 donuts. So which one's the cheaper one? It's the option number 1. Okay? So your answer then is £3 for 12. Now the real question you've got to ask yourself is, do you need 12 donuts? And if they're going to go to waste, then actually maybe it's better just getting 2 for 60p, because you're going to be out of pocket an extra £2.40, which is maybe a waste of money. But don't worry, that's not what the question's asking for. Just to take you through the other approaches then you could have taken, that would be to work out how much would £1 get you. So the first one, it was 3 to 12 was the ratio. So if I go 1, divide both sides by 3, £1 would get you 4 donuts. If I take the second ratio, it was 0.6 to 2, I would still times through by 10 to get rid of that decimal, so 6 to 20, and then I would divide by 6, and that would be 1 to 20 over 6, which is the same as 10 over 3, and that is 3 donuts and another third of a donut. Although I'm not sure if they'll let you buy thirds of a donut.